Well, we had some fog in the early morning hours, and that has quickly mixed out. But you can see there the first visible satellite pictures around 9-10 o'clock. We did have some of that fog in the inland areas this morning. We'll probably see that again tomorrow morning. We'll probably also see, like we were seeing right now, a good deal of sunshine as we head on in through tomorrow afternoon. Just a few fair weather cumulus clouds starting to bubble up across the area for us here. This is the warmest that we have been the entirety of this week. Again, remember areas north of Highway 264. Back on Tuesday and Wednesday, couldn't even hardly get to 70 degrees. And those winds have switched around to more of a northeasterly direction. That'll continue to keep that drier air locked in place for us here. Mid to upper 80s is where we're headed for us this afternoon. Again, just some of those fair weather clouds. No issues if we're headed out to Friday night football games for us here. Notice the sunrise and sunset times continuing to collapse down towards that 7 o'clock hour. We'll see that especially as we head through this time next week. Again, back down in the 60s like we were this morning. Watch out for some areas of fog with those clear skies and calm winds. Basically east of the Mississippi River, still nice and dry for us here. All that cloudiness that had been sitting along the southeast coast majority of this week, it's getting pushed offshore. However, the way the pattern changes here early next week, it may actually get pulled back towards the coast. Here's the reason why. We've got a front slipping through on the dry side across the Mason-Dixon line, a weak high pressure over us here, but a bigger high pressure slides in across the northern mid-Atlantic states and southern Canada. That's going to send a dry cold front down our way tomorrow night into the early morning hours on Sunday, but that high, a piece of it kind of wedges in here, and with the clockwise flow around that high, that's going to have a tendency to kind of pull that moisture back towards where that front is as we go into the early to middle part of next week. And then eventually we will continue to see Gabrielle stay well offshore for us here as a result of the weather pattern along the eastern seaboard. Starting to get a little bit better organized here, starting to get some thunderstorm action on the western side around that low level center. Still not a whole lot of change in it, but it is going to get into a development stage here, rapid intensification as we go through the weekend. It could be ramped up to a Category 2 storm as it takes that right hook and moves away from us here across eastern Carolina. So Gabrielle's just going to be a fish storm. Great weather for ECU football tomorrow, maybe not on Thursday. An area of low pressure could be tracking along that system along the coast. That may bring some showers into us here, but at least you'll notice temperatures at or above average through the majority of this 7 days.